Oftentimes I felt like I was running through the jungle with my eyes closed and never knowing when I was going to get out. Welcome back to Transaction Care. My name is Lillian Hernandez, but you can call me Lily. And this is part 3 of our series, If I Was to Start a Real Estate Transaction Coordinator Business in this year, 2025 and beyond, this is what I would do. Kind of a long subject, title, whatever you want to call it. But that is what we were discussing because I am 20 plus years actually, in this real estate industry, 7+ years running this as my own business. And I feel like there's so many things to discuss. And if I was to start over today, there's so many things I would do differently. And I want to share those things with you. And hopefully it can help you in your journey and just cut down some of the time that you spend applying these things, because oftentimes I felt like I was running through the jungle with my eyes closed and never knowing when I was going to get out. So hopefully save these videos, rewatch them for the future, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. And before we get into this amazing topic, please hit that subscribe button, join the community, visit transactioncare.com. A lot of good stuff there, one-on-one coaching, my private TC membership community, as well as products and services, whether it's workbooks, journals, TC services, it all lives at transactioncare.com. Now let's get started. So we went over, as I'm looking through my notes, some major key elements that I would apply if I was starting over as a transaction coordinator today. And that involves asking those, and we're going to go through all of them today, but that includes ask others that are doing what you're doing if they need help. You might face some rejection, but that's okay. That's a part of it. But you may get that one, and that one will change your entire life. But it's up to you to remain consistent. Education. Continued education is key. If you're in a season where you're not getting the business hits and you're not getting responses, you just keep getting rejection after rejection, just keep learning. What are some other tools and skills that you can develop within that time instead of squandering that time away? Money, knowing your numbers, so crucial, so key, because having a clear view of what you need to make, what you need to cut out of your life, what you may need to pause, what you may need to add on to, gives you that extra sense of confidence and that boost to navigate life with, again, more clarity, because clarity is so key. Clarity, guys, plus patience, plus courage, plus discipline, so many aspects, right? Gratitude. But having clarity with your money really does give that boost of confidence that I encourage you guys to just be honest about and face it. It's tough, believe me, I've been there, but you'll get through it. And then we discussed community, networking, social media, marketing, and today we're going to talk about reliable equipment. In this journey of pivoting your career, starting a new career, taking things seriously, taking matters into your own hands, you want to have reliable equipment that will get you through. Whether it means getting a new phone, laptop, iPad, or maybe a better office chair. I know it looks like I'm using a bar chair. I am. Oddly, it works for me. I've had ergonomically correct office chairs. I've had several, but somehow, some way, this works for me. No complaints. Everyone is different. But having reliable equipment will really just solidify you in your career, because then you'll have the confidence to know that your laptop's not going to shut down in the middle of you working, or if you're out at Disneyland trying to get some work done and your phone doesn't hold a charge, but you need to make an important phone call at 4:00. What are you going to do, right? You want to have reliable equipment and invest in yourself up front. Benefits, I'm not an accountant, so do your own research, do your own due diligence, and reference this information, cross-reference it with your accountant and or the person that manages your money. But these can be tax write-offs. These can, maybe even help you make more money because you're not using your brain capacity worrying, is it going to work this time? And Do I recommend you having 2 phones, 2 laptops, a desktop, all of these things? If you're just getting started out and you have a budget, I don't recommend you getting 2 phones, 2 laptops, 2 of anything. No, I think you should work up to that. But I've had the same phone, one line forever. You can get a separate Google line for free if you want to separate them. But I would recommend just keeping your phone as updated as possible, at least within the last 2 to 3 years of them upgrading the phones. Because I know every year iPhone comes out with a new one. Samsung always has new upgrades and updates and all of that. So as long as you're within the last 2 or 3 year of models, I think you'll be okay. And when it comes to laptops versus desktop or PC versus Mac, I used to be a PC girl through and through for majority of my young adult life to adult life. As long as I've been using computers, it's always been a PC. But when I became independent and started working for myself and finally made that switch from a PC to a Mac, honestly, I don't see myself going back to a PC unless I'm gifted one, or I love Dell. If Dell wants to work with me, I will gladly use a Dell in my business, because I use cloud services that are compatible with any device. So truly, I have become Team Mac, but I'm not opposed to using a PC. PCs are generally more affordable, but if you're looking for higher speed, high speed, more reliable, longer lasting quality, I would go with a Mac. If you are on a budget, look for either refurbished or open box sales that are happening at the stores, because that's how I bought my laptop. Someone had used it for one day and returned it the next day. Maybe it was buyer's remorse, I don't know, but it ended up being a blessing in my life. For the first 2 or 3 years of my business, I used that PC. The only thing that Mac doesn't have is touchscreen, and my PC had touchscreen, and I took that laptop everywhere. So until it literally just stopped working. But having reliable equipment is a key investment to your success, because you don't want to spend, like I said, you don't want to spend time worrying about, is this going to not work? And there are circumstances that it's just out of your control. If you know that you're maintaining it, you're taking care of it, you're not dropping it everywhere you go, you're not dropping water on it or letting the kids play with it and adding viruses to it, you know what I mean? As long as you're just taking care of your stuff, it's going to take care of you as well. So that's kind of my final tip for this series. I probably will continue along this theme and give you guys more of a comprehensive breakdown of these items that I've listed. But for now, just consider it. Like I said, these videos are intended to open up the dialogue, open up your mind, and give you more tools and resources to solidify your decision, so you don't end up getting wrapped up in decision fatigue or using your brain power to worry all the time. It's like, this is what I'm doing. It has worked. It's gotten me this far, so hopefully it'll help you in your journey. Otherwise, drop your suggestions in the comments below of what has worked for you. Are you Team PC, Team Mac? What phone do you use? Do you find is best reliable? Oh, what I should have mentioned is, if you are planning on being a real estate professional, specifically a real estate TC, I do not recommend you doing all your business on a tablet, such as an iPad or a Kindle or whatever the case may be. I just do not recommend it. I've tried it. You could do simple things like everything you could do on a phone, you could do on an iPad. But the things you can't do on a phone, you can't do on an iPad, you have to do on a laptop or a desktop. And I don't have a desktop. I do have a laptop because I travel with it everywhere. If and when the funds open up, I would love to have a travel laptop and have this just be replaced by a desktop, or this laptop just lives here in my office, because unplugging things, putting it back, and then sometimes my monitor doesn't work. It's a lot. So sometimes you'll have to upgrade them along the way. But if you start out up front with good quality stuff, you're solid for the next 3 to 5 years, maybe even longer. But I hope this helps you in your journey, and let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to reach out. My contact information, send me a message, visit transactioncare.com. All of it lives in the description below. And until the next video, my name is Lillian Hernandez, but you can call me Lily. And this is Transaction Care. Care for yourself, care for your wealth. Your time is worth it. Let's coordinate. Talk soon. And you know the drill. Check out any one of these 2 videos to learn more about real estate, business, and mindset. And double tap my smiley face so you can subscribe if you haven't already done so. Take care.